Hey, Andy here from 2 Minute Tech Tutorials. In this short video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a pop-up like this for your YouTube videos in Canva. I'm going to cover the creation of this using both Canva Pro and using the free version of Canva. Now let's begin with creating that pop-up using Canva Pro. If you don't have a Canva Pro account, don't worry, I'll cover this in the next part of this tutorial when we look at creating it using a free account. But it might be worth looking into signing up for the Canva 30-day Pro trial, where you can basically use all of the features in Canva Pro completely free of charge. I've popped the link in my description. If it's something you want to sign up for, feel free to use that link. You'll get 30 days completely free access to Canva Pro, and you can cancel at any time. If you decide to continue on after the trial, you can either pay monthly or you can pay yearly for a slight reduction in price. Anyway, let's take a look at how to create that pop-up. So first of all, I'm going to go up to create a design at the top, and I want to make this one fit in with my standard HD video dimensions. So I've gone for 1920 by 1080 for my actual video footage. So I'm going to create my pop-up to be of the same dimensions. That way I know I can just drop it straight into my video editor and I can resize it and move it around if I need to, but it will be of a high resolution for my video. So I'm going to go to custom size, and then I'm just going to create a 1920 by 1080 artwork. Now you see I've already got one here, so I'll just choose that and it's going to open my design up for me just now. Now what we're going to do is we're essentially going to create a button or a pop-up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of animation to that within Canva and export it as an MP4 video file. Now you don't need to add the animation if you don't want to. You could basically just bring this out as a static image, and then what you could do is add animation in your video editor if you like, but I think it's quite easy to do it in Canva and bring it in as a video file to the editor. So that's the method I'm going to show you here. Now I am logged into my Canva Pro account. Anytime you see a little golden Pro logo, then it means I'm going to be using a Pro element. But as I said, I will show you the free version of what I'm going to cover as well. So first of all, I want to change the background of this to green, okay? And the reason I'm doing this is because I can't output a transparent video with my button. So I can't have my button with animation as a video, but with a transparent background. So I'm going to set it as a solid green color as the background. And then when I bring this into the likes of Camtasia or iMovie, I can use one of the options to basically remove that green and leave me with just anything which isn't green, which will be my animated button. If you were deciding to do this but basically not have the animation and make a still image, you could save it as a PNG with a transparent background. But for now, let's just go for this green background, because I will show you how to put it into iMovie and how to remove the green from your video. So we've got this green background just now. I'm going to go up to Elements, and I'm going to search in here for Subscribe button. And then you will see when I run this, they actually already have lots of buttons in here. And in fact, there's even one which is already an animated video, which we can make use of. So I'll show you my method, but if you've got a Pro account, you can use any of these, or this is actually a free one that you might want to think about using. So first of all, I'm going to use, say, this one here. So all I'll do is click on this object, and you'll see it adds it to my canvas. If I don't want to use that one and I want to maybe use this one because it looks a little bit nicer, I can click on it, and you'll see this one has a slightly rounded button. It's got the YouTube logo and it's got a little click, which is perfect for my videos. I'm going to drag this one down because I want it always to appear basically the kind of bottom half of my screen. I can resize it from here if I want. If I've got it perfectly centered like this, I can use the Alt key just to reduce its size but keep it centrally aligned. And if I'm happy with this, then all I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Animate, and then I'm going to apply a little bit of animation. Now some of these animation effects you won't be able to make use of if you've not got a Pro account, but I'm going to go for this baseline one, and what I want it to do is I want it to pop up both on entry and on exit, so I'll go for that. And because I've got a Pro account, I can change the speed, so I can make it be quite quick, or we can make it a little bit slower. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to click on reverse exit animation, because I want it to go up the way when it comes in, and then when it exits I want it to go down the way. So just to preview that, let's go to the play button. You'll see it pops up and then it's going to pop down. So if I was happy with that and I want to bring it straight into the likes of iMovie, then all I need to do is click on share, go to download, and you'll see I've got an MP4 option here. It is worth noting that this particular element can be customized, so as long as you don't use the green color for the background, it will stand out. So you can make that black and white if you wanted to. But anyway, I'll hit download and it's going to download this onto my computer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then bring this into iMovie, remove the green background, and hopefully we'll have a nice subscribe pop-up button. Okay, so I'm in iMovie just now. I've got my sequence here. I'm going to go up to the import button and I'm going to locate that particular file, which in this case is this one here. I'm going to click import selected, and then you will see that it has brought the animation here. I'm going to drop it down to the position where I want it, so I'll just say around about here. And then if I press play, we'll see that the pop-up comes up and then it disappears after about 5 seconds. Now that's fine, but of course we can see the green background. However, what we do to remove that is simply click on the file, then go up to this option up here, which is the video overlay settings, and then change it from cutaway to green/blue screen. And what it will do is it will cut out all of the green and leave me with just the button. And then all I need to do is press space and you will see it plays. Now, of course, at this point you could choose to resize that if that button's a little bit too big. But as you see, even if I go into full screen mode, just like that, the button is of a high quality. Now let's take a look at some of the other options within the elements area of Canva that you might want to have a look at. So if I take out this button here, I'm just going to delete the background, you'll see there are other options here. Some of them are pro, some of them are completely free to use. You'll see, for example, this button already has animation in, so we could bring that one in. That's quite a lot bigger, it's a little bit fancier. And of course, we're still going to apply the green background to it so that the button will only be left and the background will disappear. Alternatively, let's see what else they have here. So inside here, if I run another search for subscribe button, there was one here which is already animated, and you'll see it's actually got the cursor movement and it reminds them to press the bell. So I could set that as the background, go to share. It's 10 seconds long, it's quite long, but let's go down to download. And the good thing is this is actually a free element, so we don't need to have Canva Pro to access this. But let's download that one and let's bring that one into iMovie and see how that one looks. Okay, so I have brought that file in. I'm going to drop it down onto my video. I'm going to go back to about here. Same story here just now. So it's a green background. I'm going to go up to the overlay setting. I'm going to change that to green/blue screen. It's going to remove the green background. And this particular one is centrally aligned, so we could change that, but you'll see we've got the pop-up. And of course it's got a little bell, so you might want to import an audio sound effect of the bell ringing. This one is quite long and it hasn't actually disappeared, so again, that's something you might want to change. But at least the animated design was already there in Canva for us to make use of. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you are a free Canva user and you don't have access to certain pro elements, then you can always create your own design for your subscribe button. And actually, you might want to do this anyway because there might just not be anything within the elements that are pro or free that suit your particular needs. Now, what I would do for this one is go to elements. You could either choose to draw a shape, or if I just run a search for button, you'll see that we get a couple of different button options here. So we get one with the cursor on it, but this is a pro button. You get a free standard rounded button, you get a slightly bigger one. So I'm going to choose this one here. I'm then going to resize it, so let's pop it down the bottom here. We could change the color, so it could be a red like this, it could be one a sort of softer, more pinky red, or you could go up and you could customize the color from in here. Now what I might do is I might go to elements and type something like bell. Let's see if we can get a little bell, so we can drop this one down. This one here is black, but that's okay. We can change its color to white. And then I might come into, let's say, text, and I'm going to add let's add a heading here. I'm going to make this all capital letters. So we've got a little bit of text. I'm going to make this bold, so we'll select it all, we'll make it bold. And then of course you've got loads of different fonts that you can choose from. So let's say you're trying to find a font which suits your text in your video, for example. So we can go for this Cooper Hewitt Heavy. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop this down roughly in the middle. I'm just doing this quite quickly, but we can align it into the middle of this button, which is around about here. Or of course we could select the button and then use the position options to centrally align it and middle align it. Now notice there's a slight difference here between the bottom of the text and the bottom of the text box. So I may have to drop this one down. And of course, the bell here is quite large, so I might just reposition that just quickly. In this case, I'm probably going to nudge it along about there. Now I'm obviously doing this very quickly. You could spend a lot more time making it look fancy, but I'm going to take my text here and I'm going to change its color to white. And then at this stage here, all I need to do is change it back to a green background like we did before. I'm perhaps going to grab all of the objects here by holding the Shift key so they're all selected, and I'm going to go to the More menu and Group, so now they all move together. I'm going to position exactly where I want, which is going to be centrally aligned here, and then I'm going to go to Animate. I'm going to go to Page, and I'm just going to go for let's go for a simple up, and yeah, we'll go for a simple up. Go to Share, Download, and then we'll download this and we'll take this into iMovie and see how it looks. Okay, so we're back in iMovie now. I'm going to drop this one down. Same story as before. We're going to click on the video file. We're going to choose Cutaway. We're going to change that to green/blue. And then I'm going to play the footage and you'll see we have a little pop-up here with the bell. And you could have animated the individual elements or just the pop-up, but you get the idea. So there are some different ways that you can create your own subscriber pop-up for your videos and bring it into an editing application, remove the green screen and have a nice button. Hopefully you found this video to be useful. If you have, please give it a like. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and check out the other Canva tutorials and other application tutorials I already have on 2-Minute Tech Tutorials. But thanks again for watching.